Welcome back to the C&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Braylon Brakefield. Along with me, as always, my co-host and good friend, Cole. Cole, what's up?
What's up, dude? It's finally March, which I guess it's been March, but, it's March Madness, which is when March starts. So it's here, and I'm pumped.
Yeah, the March doesn't start until the tournament starts. So
That's
tomorrow
right.
will officially be March 1st.
Correct. And I think not my favorite part, but it's like the perfect precursor, prelims, whatever you want to call it. Like the first four end games are incredible. I love watching those. Even like the 16 seed game, just electric.
Yeah, because from here on out, it's win or go home.
It is.
To beat.
It's like depressing. While I was watching the Southeastern Missouri and Texas A&M Corpus Christi game, and it's like you just see like the look on their face of a lot of those dudes at these smaller schools are probably seniors, so like they're never going to get to play again, and you just see that look, and it's like super depressing.
Yeah, it's one team, celebrating because it's such a big moment to advance, and another team just getting the life sucked out of them is, like you said, it's their last time they ever play, probably.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so great.
Too. Yeah. It's like all or nothing.
It's game 7
I don't know.
Every game.
Every game. Team. I did think the other day, what if they did it was double elimination? You had you went to the losers bracket. But then I feel like it would just be one seed is just messing everybody up. It's like their second chance, if they get upset, or really any of the upper seeds they get upset, it would just be like bloodbath from there on out. So I don't know. It would take the magic away, but it would still be kind of fun because it'd be more basketball. So
yeah.
I don't know. Logistically it wouldn't make sense. But what you thinking, man? You wanna make a bracket or what?
Let's do it. Like you said last time, making the bracket. It's the the best time of the year. It's where literally there'll be millions and millions of brackets made. Where I said earlier to Kaylee, I said, I think we're going to do a bracket tonight. And she was like, a bracket of what? I was like,
the bracket.
What do you mean of what? It's March.
It's the ultimate bracket.
The bracket. Every bracket you ever made is based off of this bracket.
It's made, yeah. Exhibit A, bracket number 1. So I'm pumped. I wish I could zoom in, but this is the view everybody gets, so you should be used to it. I tweeted this today. I said it the other day. I'm making 25 brackets this year. First time I've ever done it. I'm going to hit my PR on brackets made. I'm already I don't know. I think I've made 12. This will be my 13th. And I'm hoping this one wins. But yeah, so that's my goal so I have until tomorrow. I'm going to do it all tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, we're gonna submit this one to the Plainsman group. I heard they're giving away $500 to the winner, so I do appreciate them. $500 and a flat bottom boat and a horse. I'm pretty sure is what they settled on. So, we appreciate them. Y'all go join that and.
Yeah, go hit them with the like and subscribe. Even if you're an Alabama fan, hit them with the courteous like and subscribe. Watch it. You can mute them, whatever, if you don't want to listen to what they're talking about. Give them the view, though. That's what it's all about. Be for the boys. Turn that play machine on. All the rappers are doing it. If that's not your thing, if Auburn's not your thing, put it on mute. Give them a view. Be for the boys.
Me and Nick listened to it one day, and he was like, they talk about just like all sports. I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, I kind of thought they were just Auburn. Like, no, they dabble in everything. But yeah, we do appreciate them. $500 and a new horse. Flat bottom
boat. When it gets football season, that's when you might want to hit that mute button. You know what I mean? But no, I'm just kidding. They're a good listen. I enjoy listening to them. I like their NASCAR talk, honestly. They just know so much about it. And it makes it fun to watch. But yeah. What is it? A horse and a long bottom boat?
Yeah, flat bottom boat. $500 cash.
I want a long bottom.
A long bottom boat.
I don't know, man.
All right, we
I don't
need
know
some
anything
type
about
of
boats.
truce on our teams because
What, Alabama and Auburn?
how are we gonna navigate that?
Look, man. I mean, I can give you non-Alabama fan Cole like that. That is in the
Okay.
bag,
Okay, then that's how we'll go about this. I'll go
and I can
non Auburn
and
fan Braylon.
I can give you non Auburn hater. Like I can look at Auburn through no kind of goggles. So,
Okay.
so truce, shake on it. Excellent. Let's get after it.
All right.
So
I say
after
we
the
go
first one,
region by region. Like let's do
See-
all the South region and then go to the next
all
one.
right, let's get it. Auburn, Texas A&M, Community College, Corpus Christi. What are you thinking?
Alabama.
I think Alabama as well.
That's an easy one.
This one, a lot of people are talking about this matchup. I've watched Maryland a couple times. They can shoot it pretty well. Like a weird stat about them is like they are like the best transition defense, but West Virginia plays pretty slow. So I think that'll be like a pretty useless thing.
Yeah.
I like West Virginia in the matchup. But I think it's like one of those. I haven't like every other bracket. I have it going a different way. So what do you think?
I could see it. I could see it going either way. I would lean. I feel like the public's probably on West Virginia too, but I would lean West Virginia just because of conferences. Honestly, like it's an 8 and 9 playing. I would lean towards a team that's played the tougher competition, so I'd lean West Virginia.
I like that. I like that a lot. A lot of people have this one as an upset. College of Charleston's only lost like 4 times this year.
They were ranked at one point.
Yeah. San Diego State is a pretty good squad as well. I don't know if I've seen them play, but I know they're also very respected in KenPom, which says a lot. As far as analytics go. So, I feel like you always have to pick one 5-12 upset. I just don't know if this is the one. I think it's probably number 2 to me. I think I would go San Diego State here, though.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going San Diego State because there's always a team or two that people coin as the team that's going to be the sleeper, the upset, and it's never those teams. So if you're hearing buzz like Charleston, which they're a good team, but public dogs go to die. And that's just the way it works. Now this next one
goes. This is the one. See, this is where me and you are on the wavelength because I don't think Virginia is very good.
Nope.
And nobody really knows much about Furman. I have seen them play this year. Pretty solid squad.
They can shoot the lights out of it. And
they can shoot the rock.
If you play a team like Virginia who slows the game down and takes possessions away, you have to be able to shoot the 3 ball. And Furman's shooting it at like 40% as a team, which is ridiculous. So this is one of my upsets.
I'm saying let's go for it. I say let's put the upset here.
Lock it in. Furman advancing.
I love it. I'm shaking right now. So next one we got Creighton, NC State. NC State, I think, is a solid squad. Creighton, I mean, there's a lot of statistics where Creighton, they have a lot of people saying that Creighton could come out into like the Elite 8 in this, on this side of the bracket. I don't know. I think in a matchup like this, I feel better taking Creighton. I've had a lot of brackets where I've taken NC State too, but I think that they're, we can take a peek at it. Some of their stuff is not great. Like when you look at their losses.
Yeah, they lost to Clemson 3 times, didn't they?
Yeah.
Clemson didn't even make the tournament.
Lost to Pitt, who I don't think is really that great. Win-loss with North Carolina.
Playoff game right now. North Carolina didn't make the tournament.
I don't know.
Give me Creighton.
I do like I like the Creighton.
They're favored by like 5.5, I think.
They beat Arkansas. Yeah, Vegas don't lie here. Baylor and UC Santa Barbara. A lot of people have this as an upset. I think Baylor probably takes care of business here. I think they're favored by like 8. I can't remember for sure, but I just don't. A lot of people are doubting Baylor. I don't really think Baylor's to be doubted. If the public's doubting them, I would stay away from this upset pick.
Yeah. So the teams that I like to fade in the tournament are teams that are really bad on defense, and Baylor's one of those teams. And they're still going to be good enough to beat Santa Barbara. So that might come a little later, but they're favored by like 11 points. I would take Baylor.
Yeah, I like that. I think that next game is the one where you fade them. This one's interesting. Missouri's kind of hot. I never really thought that they were that great, and Utah State is really good. I've seen a lot of people say that they should not be a 10 seed; they should be higher. And I want to say that this one's like a pick 'em almost. I want to say it's like a 1.5 or a 1.
It is 1.5.
I can't remember
Utah
for sure.
State's favored by 1.5.
So I like Utah State here, and I wouldn't even really call it an upset, just a misseeding.
Yeah, I agree. I'd go Utah State.
Let's do it. And then Arizona, I think, would be a no-brainer there.
They're favored by 14.
Alabama and West Virginia, I think this is a matchup where it probably plays to Alabama's strengths. You really got to be able to slow them down if you want to play that game, because that's pretty much what everybody's tried to do to Alabama, and it can still beat you that way. I just don't think that West Virginia is going to have the firepower to keep up. Especially, it's going to be like a home crowd too. So I got to say, like, that's going to bring some kind of advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I'm taking Alabama here. You got to remember, Alabama's first 2 games are going to be played in Birmingham.
Yeah,
I fully expect Birmingham to be packed out with Alabama and Auburn fans. I don't see a West Virginia crowd beating an Alabama or Auburn fans to Birmingham.
Yeah, no chance. This one's pretty interesting. Furman and San Diego State. I think this is going to be a good one to pull up some stats. Let's see. Notable wins. NC State. Furman lost to NC State by 19, and then Penn State by 5. All this is really just, oh wow, San Diego State beat Utah State 3 times. Lost to Arkansas by 4. Split with Boise State. I think 5 seeds are 60-3 against 13 seeds and have won the past 10 of 11 meetings. I think that's really all you need right there.
Give me San Diego State.
Yeah. This one right here, Creighton Baylor, I think this is the one where you fade Baylor. I think Creighton's going to be the because if Baylor's not playing defense, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Creighton's in all these metrics and stuff and high in KenPom for a reason, even though they didn't really get that super high seed. So I think this is a good time to fade Baylor. And then Arizona, Utah State. I've seen a lot of people picking Utah State, but I don't know. I feel like Arizona's like them boys.
Yeah, I would lean Arizona. It's the thing about Arizona is we just don't really know how good the Pac-12 is. Like, it kind of feels like it's them and UCLA, and nobody else is really close.
Right. They're 6-1 against top 25 teams. Arizona is. Let's see. They beat Tennessee, San Diego State. They beat Creighton. Lost to Oregon by 19. Split with Utah. So I don't really know. At Oregon, maybe it was just a fluke, but Utah State hadn't beaten a ton of folks. Oral Roberts by 10 is probably the most impressive win I see. Boise State twice, they're a tournament team, but I think Arizona State's probably gonna. Arizona's stepping up here and taking that win. Alabama, San Diego State. Just another one I want to go kind of look at.
This is where I'm 50-50 for the first
It's
time.
just tough. Arizona by 17. They beat Utah State 3 times. I just wish I could see their roster, San Diego State's roster. Like, what kind of height do they have, you know?
Yeah, I want to say
'Cause I
they
feel
were a
like
pretty big team.
that's what gives Alabama issues. If you have two, you know, like a 4 and a 5 that are big and physical and protects the rim, that's where Alabama has issues. Because they're not always going to shoot the lights out. I mean, if you're betting on a team to shoot the lights out in the Sweet 16 game, I don't know if that's really a good bet. You're going to have to be able to do other stuff and get to the paint. So I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a tough game. It's hard to go against a team that I know a lot about and pick a team that I don't really know a ton about. So I'm going to leave it up to you since you're 50-50. What are you thinking? Which way are you leaning?
That's what I'm trying to pull up, how big their starting five is. So let's see. We're going to pull up stats, check who's playing the most minutes, see their sizes. Okay, so you got, they look like they run about 10 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Kind of like
8,
Alabama
9,
does.
10 guys with 10 minutes or more. Got a 5'10" guard playing the most minutes, but he's a senior. My computer's so slow. Matt Bradley, senior guard, 6'4". Lead him in points, 13 points a game. So they're going to be a decent sized team. 6'2" junior, third minutes. You know what? Give me Alabama. Mountain West doesn't do great in the tournament. I still trust Alabama a little more in that one.
Yeah. This one's pretty interesting. Creighton in Arizona. I think this one kind of comes down to how good, you know, this one would be probably easier to pick the day of the game because you get to see Arizona a couple times. You get some good teams. Creighton against, you know, some really good teams. I feel like I hate to go chalk, you know, kind of, but I mean, I feel like I have to go Arizona. I feel like they have a lot of hype. Jay Billis or whatever his name is has Arizona making it to the Final Four. You know, that kind of is what swings me to do this to send them past Creighton. I'll be honest, is his opinion on it because I believe he had the same thing.
Yeah, this is my Creighton has been my team to where in the brackets that I'm making, that I'm carrying all the way through, but just because I don't want to run 1 seeds or 2 seeds just all the way through. But I agree with Arizona. I think Arizona is really good. I think Creighton can just. I don't know. I would lean Arizona.
Yeah, it says right here that Creighton leans heavily on their starting 5, so any fatigue or foul troubles will expose an inexperienced bench. So I feel like that's really all you need to know. Like that probably is going to sum up the game. If I had to make any kind of prediction.
So I would take Arizona in this one as well. Just because I don't want to go chalk. But I'm leaving it up to you. Your team's the number 1 overall seed.
It's tough, man. You know, I would agree with this. Alabama's flaws are fouls and turnovers. We'll talk about on the court flaws only. You know, Alabama's pretty deep as far as playmakers, and so at any point you never really feel like they're going to go in a lull just because of who they have on the floor. It says here that Arizona is there a lack of depth? I feel like that, this deep into the tournament, I can't remember when the breaks come. I think it's,
Every
by
two.
twos.
Yeah.
So this would be the second game in a little stretch. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. I feel like that's something to point out. That's not far for Alabama fans to go. I guess both fan bases would probably fly, though. I don't know. I have to. It hurts. It hurts to do it as an Alabama fan, but without the glasses, like what seems more realistic or more like better possibility to happen, or like if you're just looking at the bracket, what looks more right? Alabama in the Final Four, Arizona. I feel like Arizona just feels more natural seeing them in the Final Four.
Yeah, this is one of those. Just close your eyes and try to imagine both teams being covered in confetti.
Yep.
I
don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just something about Alabama. I don't know if it's because I've watched them be terrible for so many years, and then now that they're good, it's like hard to see that they're good. Because I'm still like, man, number one overall seed. Like, are you sure? Like we do like lead the nation in turnovers. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. We also shoot the lights out. We don't have a ton of holes, so I guess we'll see. But I think for this bracket, to go against the homers that might put in, we'll get those extra points with Arizona.
Yeah. All right, Houston, that's an easy one.
Yeah. Houston. This one's tough. I think it's going to be Auburn. I've talked to some Auburn fans that don't think they have a chance. I don't think Iowa's got a big man, but I mean, Auburn can get up in you. I don't see them coming in with any kind of like sleepiness or nothing. Like, I think they're going to be coming in, folks, kind of like, I think you'll see the same intensity that you see like watching back at the Alabama games where, Zep Jasper, whatever his name, Zep Jasper is like up in folks 24/7. And I don't know. I think Auburn gets the win here. Especially in Birmingham. I think that's a big bonus as well.
That's huge. Yeah, Auburn's favored by 2 right now. I just think Auburn's a more well-rounded team. They're like 20th in defense and like 40th in offense, whereas Iowa is like triple digits in defense. And also Iowa's coach is like historically bad in March. Like he's been a coach for 20 years and he's never made it to the Sweet 16. Like they were a 1 seed, 2 years ago with Luka Garza and didn't make it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
And I just, Big Ten, how good is like that medium of the Big Ten? I don't know.
I said this is what I asked for. I said, feed me somebody from the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Well, and something too is like all these dudes for Auburn. I don't know about Jacoby or whatever, Broome, the center. I don't know. John I, not Jacoby. What his playoff experience is, but all these Auburn dudes have been there. They were all there last year. It's all the same dudes. So, I think that's a good pick. Miami Drake. A lot of people are calling for an upset here. Drake is historically a betting wagon.
God's plan.
This is for all the boys. Toronto, Miami, wherever you want to be. You know what I mean? Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. You know what I mean? So,
the last time Drake was in Miami, he was handing out $1 billion to homeless people on the street. Give me Drake.
Facts. I'm cool with taking Drake. Miami plays 0D, and the ACC is down.
Yep.
Give me Drake. I like the move.
Drake.
A lot of people are calling for. Go ahead.
Miami has one of the worst defenses in the country, and they just lost their starting center. So
there you go. That's all you need to know.
They do have great guards. I know guards win in March, but you have to play some type of defense.
Yeah. I feel like that's what wins you games. Like that's like the baseline of how good are you going to do. If you just show up and play your game on offense, I feel like it's your defense that takes you as far as you want to go.
Yeah.
Indiana, Kent State. A lot of people are on Kent State here, and I just don't know about it. I don't know about it.
I'm one of them. If you want to take Indiana, I'm cool with that, but I'm taking Kent State. Let me see if I can
Indiana's
find
got some
what it is.
dudes
It's 3.5.
that can handle the ball and shoot. I feel like Vegas is telling us to take Indiana, so we should take Kent State. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. Same thing with Miami. Miami's favored by 2 over 12 seed Drake. That is Vegas saying, please take these teams because I know they're going to lose.
Yep. Iowa State, I don't know who's winning. I don't think Mississippi State's very good. I don't think Pitt's very good. Mississippi State's the worst three-point shooting team in the country, is what they said before the game tonight. Not the tournament, the country. So I watched a little bit of that first half, and I'll be surprised if they win. But I think Iowa State doesn't have any issues here.
Yeah. It's 35-34 right now at halftime.
Yeah. I'm going Iowa State. Xavier.
Yeah. Xavier pushed
them
through.
Here. Penn State's really hot. Texas A&M's got them boys though. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Buzz is going to get them. I feel like every big game Buzz is in except the SEC championship did not go the way they wanted it to, but I feel like it would have been anybody. But Penn State's hot, so I like A&M here though.
Yeah, I would lean A&M, but like you said, Penn State just made it to I think they made it to the Big Ten championship game. So it's almost like mirrored teams. The only difference is A&M was a lot better during the regular season. It wasn't a shock that A&M was in the championship game of the SEC. And, it's one of those buy low moments for A&M maybe. You just get beat by 20. Now you're favored by 3 over a team that, just had their best stretch of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine either way. I would lean a little Texas A&M though.
I think so too. I think they have a lot of experience. They got a lot of older guys that'll get up for it too. And they're really good at getting people into foul trouble, which is huge in these one season games. So or one game season, whatever. I think that works either way. I like A&M. Texas here.
Colgate,
it's kind of a no-brainer. I feel
Colgate
like Texas
got screwed.
Is really hot.
Colgate's a very good team.
They should not.
But you drew the best 2 seed there is.
Yeah. I thought there could have been a case for, Texas to be a 1 seed in some arguments because they have been ridiculously hot. Houston, Auburn. I think Houston's just got too much. They're just too big. I mean, they give everybody issues.
It's in Birmingham.
I'm just saying, man. They're massive.
It's in Birmingham.
I know. I'm with you, bro. But Arkansas gave Auburn problems, and Houston's bigger than them.
Auburn played Arkansas in Nashville, not Birmingham, not 30 minutes from the crib.
Did y'all play Houston that year in the Birmingham Bowl?
Yeah, they beat us.
Dang it.
Revenge.
I was going to say.
Revenge season. I'm okay with taking
Houston. I don't
Houston.
know, man.
I think the only thing about it is if Auburn doesn't beat Houston, they are set up to be in the Elite Eight, like a guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, they're meeting Texas for sure.
Yeah, it's
and that's
Texas versus, you can go ahead and chalk that. If Houston gets past Auburn, they will handle Drake or Kent State. They'll handle anybody but Texas in this bracket.
Yeah, and that's what's frustrating. For for Alabama. I don't know. Maybe it's just the matchup, but I feel like Alabama's route. People were saying like it's super easy, and I feel like it's not. Like I feel like West Virginia is going to be a grind. San Diego State's a grind. Auburn's a grind, but then after that, it doesn't matter if it's Indiana, Miami, like Houston's pummeling any of them just because of the matchups. Like they're just massive everywhere. And if you don't play defense, they're good enough on offense to beat you. But I feel like this Houston Auburn game might be like 31-30. Like I don't know who's scoring. Who scores the points in this game? KD. That's it. Just because he's throwing it up from wherever.
He's on a heat check. It'll be in Birmingham. If he scores, he's taking the next shot. It's it. Automatic heat check. I'm fine with advancing Houston if that's it. Because I do think, I've said for a long time, I think Houston's the best team in the country.
They are so bad on offense, but they're just as good on defense as they are bad on offense.
Let me see what their offense is. I want to say their offense was pretty good on KenPom.
I also feel that it's skewed because they play in a pretty weak conference.
Houston is number 1 in KenPom. They're 11th in adjusted offense and 4th in adjusted defense. Go Houston.
St. Mary's by 5. Virginia by 8. I don't know, man. I'm seeing it in my head. If Wendell is pulling it from wherever, threes are more than twos. And Houston I just don't think they're that good offensively. But
in my bracket, I'll have Auburn picked. In our bracket, I'm fine with going Houston. Also, I don't like having to pick for or against my team. Like part of me misses when Auburn wasn't in the tournament and I could just make a bracket and just have fun.
Yeah, same. Or Alabama's the 11 seed and I can just make an absurd bracket where obviously they have no chance and I'm just throwing them in the Final Four, every third bracket.
Because I have a bracket where Auburn beats Iowa, Houston, Drake, and Xavier to get to the Final Four. And I don't think that's really that crazy.
I think Xavier's kind of crazy. I feel like Texas is them boys.
I know, so I'm hoping Xavier beats them.
That's
true.
And
then we beat Xavier.
That's a good point. That is your dream scenario for any team is the worst or the lesser team to upset, and you get them off the biggest win ever.
It would be like cashing in the money in the bank. Like Xavier beats Texas, gives them everything they've got. They feel like the champion. And then we just kind of cruise past Drake. And then we come in, slide, hand the ref the briefcases. Both teams, Texas and Xavier, lay there nearly dead. And then we pin them. Also, random fact right here. Did you see that WWE is getting in the betting world?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work.
Yeah.
You just go against the public every time, wherever the money's at, you go against it.
That has to be the way the script goes, right?
Right. You're going to tell me somebody's keeping these people honest to the pre-made script? Come on. They're going with I'm not going to say it. I don't want to be on Vince McMahon's bad side. I want to dap him up one day, so I'm not going to say anything publicly.
Just go Houston, Drake.
I got to go Houston.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Drake.
That. Houston beats
Texas.
Yeah, Texas beats Xavier.
I got Texas beating Houston.
I do too. I'm fine with that. Texas is hot. Let's see what Texas is in KenPom. They're 6th, 18th in offense, 11th in defense. And Houston is 11th in offense and 4th in defense. Baylor's 103rd in defense and 2nd in offense. Xavier's 9th in offense, 73rd in defense.
Memphis FAU. FAU is one of those teams that's only lost like 3 games. Memphis just beat Houston in the American Championship.
I'm taking Memphis.
I like Memphis too. I like Memphis to probably upset Purdue, to be honest. People are super high on Duke. People are saying that Oral Roberts is going to beat them as well, which doesn't make sense. But I mean, Duke is just coming off a championship, ACC championship. I look for them to not slip up here. I think they're going to be like ultra focused. Because there's got to be some kind of talk in their locker room about getting some of their integrity back, because I feel like they're losing it.
So the thing about Oral Roberts is most of the time, a team makes a fantasy run like they did last year, then it's kind of like, that's a once in a lifetime thing that'll never happen again. Oral Roberts got better. Like, they were a good team last year. The Amos, I think that's his name. I think that's how it's spelled. It's one of those weird things. But he's a really good guard, and they went and got a 7'5" center from transferred from Arkansas. Like, they went and got better. I think they're underseeded, honestly.
100 block shots.
Yeah. They have a guy that's 7'5". Like, have you ever seen anybody that tall?
Not for real.
For a long time,
they lost to Houston
NBA,
by
they
38.
wouldn't be that tall.
They lost to Utah State by 10. I've been seeing St. Mary's on here a lot.
What's Duke's look like? What are their win-losses?
Xavier by 7, split with Miami, lost to Purdue by 19, Kansas by 5. That's respectable. Virginia split, Wake Forest split, Virginia Tech split.
Give me Oral Roberts.
Oral Bob.
Oral Bob.
They might make another Sweet 16 there, buddy, because I don't know how many folks Tennessee's beaten.
No, I'm taking Oral Roberts over Tennessee.
Because I think Tennessee is at nothing without Ziegler as far as big game ability.
Cole, I'm taking Memphis over Purdue, too. Oral Roberts might be in the Elite Eight. See, now this is a moment where you look at the bracket and say, maybe Duke does beat Oral Roberts and makes it all the way to the Elite Eight.
So that's where I was going to go with it. Like, I'm fine with Oral Roberts taking that. Like, we did take the 5 seed losing in the Houston regional. So I'm like, I don't know. Because I feel like Duke's got a pretty easy spot here to make it to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, Tennessee's the worst 4 seed out of all of them.
Probably of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know how
they are.
Injuries don't get adjusted somehow in these. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oral Roberts,
I mean, I guess they made up for the
23rd in offense, 106th in defense. But like you said, 100 block shots. See what Duke is. Duke is 42nd in offense and 25th in defense.
Oof. I don't know, bro. I'll be honest. I want to take Duke here.
Okay.
Just because I have them beating Memphis and going to the Elite Eight.
Okay.
But I'm going to feel stupid if Oral Roberts wins this game. And we're looking back at this and we missed the upset.
Wonder what the spread is. I think the spread will tell us.
I would take Oral Roberts here if Tennessee was like normal Tennessee, and they would lose to Tennessee, but that's not how it's going to work. Because like that would be a safe upset, because like it wouldn't affect like a Final Four run,
right?
Because either team would have lost to a normal Tennessee, I think, but not now.
Yeah, we can go Duke. Duke's favored by 6.5. That doesn't feel weird enough to take Oral Bob. And you can just go ahead and drag Duke all the way to that Elite Eight. They're going to beat Memphis.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm on
This is
Providence
that
in this
we're
one.
due. Yeah, I do too. I don't think Oscar Tshiebwe. I think he overstayed his welcome. Like,
Yeah.
like he came back, and it's like, for what, bro?
Also, Providence
I like.
has old buddy that he left Kentucky. He played for Kentucky last year and transferred to Providence. And
It's over.
When Kentucky was watching the selection show, as soon as it showed Providence, that's the first thing they started talking about. Yeah,
They're probably
Calipari had that look on his
"Oh,
face like,
yo,
oh no.
that's awesome. I love that story. Here, Tom Izzo, March, taking him. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think about USC.
Michigan State is favored. I could really care less about that game. I don't think either one of them are really very
It's not
good.
going to matter.
No.
It's 1 point as far as the bracket goes because it's going to be Marquette. But USC, it's Tom Izzo in March, buddy. Like,
Which we need
go ahead
to
and take your flight back home.
at some point you should be able to revoke nicknames because the January February Izzo joke to where Izzo hasn't won a title since 01. Like, how do you still have that nickname? You haven't. The kids were born after you. They've graduated high school since the last
I don't know.
time you won a title.
Nicknames are forever, is what I'm hearing.
Cool if true. Give me Kansas State over Providence too. I think Kansas State another just Big 12 team that's just solid.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll be honest, I haven't seen Marquette play this year. I know it's Shaka Smart is their coach. I've been told by sources that they play really fast and get up a lot of shots and shoot it well.
Let's see what Ken Palm's got. 7th in offense,
you're rolling.
47th defense.
What is Kansas State?
'52nd in offense and 19th in defense.
I feel like I gotta go Marquette.
Yeah, they're 24th. Marquette's 12th overall.
Kansas State and the Elite Eight feels weird too. Like I feel like Marquette. I could see Marquette making the Elite Eight for, just off of the what's it called in That So Raven when she has her things?
Psychics.
Yeah.
Like visions.
Yeah, visions.
Give me Marquette too here. I hope Marquette beats Duke by 100, and I hope Coach K is sitting front row.
I just don't like Duke. No. For real. I don't like North Carolina either. I don't.
Nope.
There's a lot of jokes about Alabama fans being Duke fans, Duke basketball fans, and I just think that's a bad joke.
No, that's funny.
There's some people that are like that, and nobody likes them. So it's like, keep making fun of those people, but if you say it to me, I'll punch you in the face.
Alabama football fan, Duke basketball, Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees.
I don't know, man. I don't like it.
Give me Boise over Northwestern. Northwestern stinks.
Boise
stinks too, though.
Northwestern stinks, though.
I just can't stand Northwestern. Go ahead and push UCLA through past Boise, too.
Yeah, UCLA had some kind of injury that people were talking about.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I know TCU's pretty good.
Yeah, TCU.
UConn's really good.
Yep.
People say Iona stinks, that they're a 13 seed because of Pitino.
They win the conference every year.
That they should be lower. VCU is like the other upset that I'm liking because St. Mary's, I've seen them play twice now, and I'm like, how? How do people think you're good?
It's a 4-point spread. Take them. 2-3 versus top 25. They're
0.
Owen
played
0-0.
Memphis by 15. Arizona State by 4. They beat Pitt by 4.
Take VCU if you like it. I'm all for a 12 over 5. It's going to happen. 3 out of the 4 12s are going to win. 3 out of the 4 13s are probably going to win, or 11s.
I like it, dude.
I think I saw a stat
I'm
where
all
if you
for
took
VCU.
all 11s money line over like the last 6 years, you beat up like 50 units, something crazy
Yeah.
like that. That's ridiculous.
I heard B. Walker said that the other day or today or something. I saw it today. I don't know when he said it, but
He said it
I was
today.
like, dang, bro. If only we knew, if we could just pull a Biff, you know what I mean? Go back to the future to give ourselves the sports almanac, come back. Now we're living in our own, skyscraper.
Imagine
We
if
own
that's
half
all
of
you
New
went
York
back
City.
for. Like you just went back in time just to go back and just bet the 11 seeds over the 5 seeds.
Well, why not? Just like get a
Parlay.
job somewhere and each, because like you're a time traveler, like you don't need a place to stay. You know what I mean? You've already got that figured out. Maybe you're crashing at the parents' crib and they don't know it because like, you know your way in, and you're just working some job 9 to 5 and you're putting that whole paycheck on 11 seeds. You're just saving it up for a year. Then you go back to the future too, and you're just chilling. You just got it made. You just come back in a hot tub. I don't know, man. It'd be awesome.
Can I get a
That's
hot
what I would
tub?
do.
Arkansas, right?
I think, I think Arkansas is like underseeded here. Underseeded. Obviously, I think it's the proper seed for if you look at their resume, but they just got what's his name back, and dude's a walking bucket. What's his name? Eric Smith Jr. or something like that. Dude's legit.
Take Kansas.
But I think
Kansas beat them.
no, I think they get. That's why it didn't really matter. Like Kansas,
I wonder what Kansas
I have
ranked
Kansas
Ken Palm.
winning a lot of championships.
Kansas is 28th in
They're
offense.
kind of lower. I think they're
and
like
defense.
8.
Yeah, they're 9. We got something fun for this.
I think
Saturday.
UConn's really good.
I do too. I like UConn.
I don't think that they did very well in their conference, but if you've seen them play, like you're like, okay,
They're
how are you
fourth.
supposed to just
in
match up
KenPom.
with them? I think Gonzaga here. I think it's kind of like a this is what they play for kind of deal. Like I know they haven't looked good, but like they are like Timmy came back for the tournament.
Yeah, I mean TCU's my team, but I also kind of feel like this is the year nobody's talking about Gonzaga, and this will be the year they win it all.
Yep. Because nobody's talking about them.
But
And I
man,
watched
they're
them
on the
shoot.
TCU.
59% in BJCC and beat Alabama like 190. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're the number one offense.
I do like TCU though. If we make another bracket, we'll put TCU ahead of them.
Okay.
We'll put Grand Canyon beating Gonzaga and then TCU beating Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon's lit. Like you need to once you get in. I got into Grand Canyon TikTok at one point, dude. They know how
it's
to
cool.
freaking party. Like they are
I don't know what's up
crazy at all their games.
with their baseball field this year. Like it looks super dark, so I can't watch. Like I hate watching their games, but like in years past, I've just stumbled across their games and like I like their baseball team too. It looks like I'm watching TCU, but it's GCU. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, you can't
I
have.
just feel like they're a created college.
Imagine if Grand Canyon, TCU, Northwestern all won, and then it was just purple from there on out.
I don't know, man. I'd probably just not watch.
I would hate that. Watching TCU versus Kansas
Purple's-
State today was miserable.
Purple's cool once for one team. You know,
One team
the
in each
Rockies.
conference.
I feel like there's a purple NHL team.
The Avs got a little bit of purple in them.
A little bit.
Maroon
We'll
and
count
like
it.
bluish purple, whatever.
We'll count it.
But I can't think of the Kings.
Yeah, the Kings and the Suns a little bit. But, just once, really, is all you need. Not 4. I think Gonzaga here because UCLA's got that injury like we talked about.
Give me the Zags.
And then I think this is probably going to be like one of the games of the tournament.
Yeah.
But I mean, give me Kansas,
Yeah, Kansas
right?
versus UConn and TCU versus Gonzaga is the two games that'll decide that bracket. But I would take Kansas, even though UConn I think is higher on Ken Palm. What does he really know?
Yeah, what does he really know?
He's going to adjust these throughout the tournament too, and then at the end of the thing, like whoever wins it all, he'll have them ranked like number one, and he'll be like, "Look, I told y'all."
Well, yeah, it's like somebody was like, "Well, the last 20 years, the Ken Palm has been like, or the winner has been in like the top 5 of the Ken Palm or something." It's like, yeah, that's after the season.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the adjusted Ken Palm. So, just a little factoid. Kansas Gonzaga, what do you think?
Let's get weird. Let's take the Zags.
I like
that
it.
Offense is tough.
I like it a lot.
All right.
I like it a lot.
Now this is where you got to close your eyes. Can you imagine Arizona or Marquette winning it more?
I'm sticking to what I said earlier. I'm looking at Arizona.
Okay.
What do you think?
Arizona is actually 10th in Ken Palm, 4th in offense, 41st in defense. Marquette is 7th in offense and 47th in defense.
Pretty straight up matchup.
Give me Arizona.
This one's an absolute sweat fest.
Yeah, I would lean Texas. I just think they're a little more well-rounded. I think they're 18th and 11th in offense and defense, whereas Gonzaga's first in offense, but they're like 70th in defense.
Texas gets up in you.
Yeah, give me Tejas.
And it's going to be in Houston. You know how many Texas fans will be at that game? A lot.
You could have it in Gonzaga, wherever that is, and there would still be more Texas fans here.
I'm pretty sure Gonzaga is in like Ukraine.
It's top left, I'm pretty sure. If you look at a map, I know it's somewhere top left.
I know, it's got to be up by Anchorage. It's somewhere in between Anchorage and like Reno. It's somewhere in there.
Real top left, yeah.
Can't pinpoint it. Maybe like Vancouver, British Columbia, you know what I mean? And like Tucson, somewhere in there. Somewhere
you could literally
left.
You could tell me Gonzaga's in any state and I believe you. You could tell me it was in Alabama and I wouldn't argue it. Okay.
Not at all. Like Georgetown. I didn't know where Georgetown really was until I was like 22 years old.
Let me guess. No, Georgetown's got to be top right. New Yorkish.
What if I told you I'm 5 miles away from Georgetown right now?
Shut the front door.
Straight up, no cap.
That's crazy.
What if I told you it's not even in a state?
It's not in a state?
It's in a district. It's in a district.
Can't believe they fired the boy Patrick Ewing just because he stinks.
Yeah. Who would do that? I got Texas here, dude.
Give me
if
Texas.
It comes down to it, you're in Houston. Texas is back.
169. Tiebreaker points. 169 to 96. There we go. I was going to say 420, but then that would have them losing.
I love it. No 1 seeds. A lot of 5-12 upsets. That's what the boys want. That's what the boys want.
I don't feel great about
Cole,
it. I never
the
do.
boy, Cole, the boy with his Bama glasses on, hates it. Without it, doesn't mind it. If Alabama and Auburn do meet in the national championship and the final is 34 to whatever, probably just catch me on a beach somewhere. You know what I mean? Just catching a vibe. I'm going to need a minute.
I think there's a good chance.
How electric, though, if they met, how big would that game be?
So sick. That would be so sick. I might as well just play in the BJCC.
I mean, just put an outdoor court. You know, I don't even know. Put it in the Georgia Dome. Just move it to the Dome. We'll all just meet up there. Just invade Atlanta. Have all the Georgia fans sit outside and sell us popcorn. It'd be great. Maybe we can get Stetson Bennett serving us up some Raising Cane's, and
By the way,
you know, just call it a
Stetson
day.
Bennett has a cannon.
Yeah, low key.
Have you
He had a
seen the
great combine.
He's
Yeah.
going to get drafted. Like, he's going to end up being a legit backup for somebody.
I think he looked like a total nerd with no sleeves on, but you know, he had the guns there. It's just him. Like, he's just not super rizzy.
He looked better than Will Levis.
Yeah, Will Levis looked like a nerd. Will Levis looked like he was trying too hard.
Bryce Young wearing the lifted shoes. Respect.
Everybody had those on. Don't be spreading fake news.
Sorry.
God.
His had added.
They were
said he was-
big. I don't know who made those, but those are some big souls.
They said he was 5'6.5" without them on and 5'10" with them on. So I'm gonna order me a pair.
I love how he like bulked up, like knowing he wasn't going to run his 40. Like, he just looked swelled up, you know? You can tell he probably added like 15, 20 pounds in the past month.
To me, it's just not a good look to not do anything at the combine. You know, that's kind of him just like going out, just saying.
I wish he would have thrown. At least I don't care for him to run the 60 or do bench press. And,
No.
you know, just go out and throw a little bit, you know, kind of say like, yo, I'm him. You know, like, yeah, I don't really throw it that far, whatever, but like, here's me throwing it. I look better than all these other people throwing it.
Just go be the most accurate quarterback there.
Yeah.
Because
You don't have to throw it super
you're
far.
not doing anything. Yeah, everybody already knows you don't have the arm that Levis and Richardson or Stetson Bennett has. Like, just go out there, dot people up. Because now I think C.J. Stroud's guaranteed number one.
Yeah. It depends. I guess it just depends on whoever gets. I mean, I guess it's the Panthers. I'm assuming they're taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really hate either pick. You know, Alabama glasses off. I don't really hate either pick. Number one. C.J. Stroud's a bigger, more physical guy that looks pretty good. You know, on paper and off paper, like on the tape too. So I don't really hate that pick. Probably the safer pick. So, you know, whatever. I don't hate it. You know, if I am Bryce Young, I'm running the 60 a little slow, and I'm not going to throw it as far. And maybe I drop down to a good team, and I'm working for that second contract. You know, win a Super Bowl with a good team, get the contract. We call that the long con. You know, do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think he's going to go to the Texans.
Look how it worked out for Russell Wilson. You know, goes to a good team, wins a championship, gets the bag. That's all you need to know.
Got the gal too. Got the broad.
Got the gal with zero Riz. That's how good he is at conning. Zero Riz got the gal.
Future must have really hurt her. Because for her to fall to somebody like Russ.
Just the safest pick you can make.
Mr. Unlimited. You know he ain't going anywhere.
No.
He's probably a great dad.
He's just chilling at the crib. He probably is a great dad.
Probably
I got to give a shout out before we get out of here. Taylor Heineke signed with the Falcons. You know, you will be missed. You know, from the Commanders. I actually did like low key cry this morning. You know, some tears when I was seeing like all of his goodbye videos and highlight tapes and stuff. I was actually pretty sad. But you know, I guess I'm back to being a Falcons fan. You know, if he's going to be the backup, getting paid $20 million, they're assuming that he's going to come in at some point and take them to the playoffs. So, I guess I'll be a Falcons fan now again. Unless we get Lamar. Then,
So y'all can sign him.
I say we just hand the keys to Sam Howell, or we go get Lamar Jackson.
You got to go get Lamar.
I mean, I don't see why not. He already lives here. He's not even having to really move.
I've heard some rumors about the Dolphins trying to snatch him.
God, that'd be crazy. The Dolphins would be loaded.
Like a sign and trade where Ravens sign him and then they offer like Tua and some first.
They would be loaded. I don't know. I don't know how that would work with Tua in Baltimore, like a bad weather conference. Probably not smart. Trying to keep him in, 75 to 80 degree weather as much as possible.
All right.
Let's get it. Texas by 50.
What is that? 73. Texas by 73 in the championship. You heard it here first. 169-96.
I ain't no
Texas,
mathematician.
Arizona. Love you guys.